Hello and welcome to the first video in my super cheap superfood series. Now, aside from being a BS marketing term, superfoods are an actual thing. They are basically just any food that has a higher nutrient density than most other foods. This often means they have a higher price tag as well. But I want you to put down the goji berries and step away from the acai bowls, because every few weeks I'm going to share with you a superfood that's super simple to make at home and won't break the bank. If this sounds like a bit of you, then make sure you hit the subscribe button below and that little notification bell so you don't miss out. This first one is so easy to make at home, although I must warn you it did result in my flatmate marching into the kitchen to inquire as to why the house smelt like arse. Yes, you guessed it, I'm talking about bone broth. First, let me give you a quick rundown on why it's healthy. I won't get too bogged down in the details, but as always, I have links to all my claims in the description box below so you can check them out. And at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you how I make it, which is a bit different to the way other people make it, and a lot cheaper as well. Why it's good. Bone broth is rich in vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, amino acids, as well as gelatin and collagen. First and foremost, all these nutrients support gut health, helping heal and seal your gut. This is so important for all of peoplekind because the majority of your immune system is actually housed in your gut. And if you're like me and you have an autoimmune disease, then you already have a leaky gut, which in turn is making your health worse, your disease worse, and your symptoms worse. So healing and sealing the gut is very important. Further reported bone broth benefits are anti-aging, reducing wrinkles and better skin, boosting immunity, longer and stronger nails, healthier and faster growing hair. It supports heart health and kidney function, improves digestion, is anti-inflammatory, reduces cellulite, may help with weight loss, muscle repair, joint pain, and improving your mood. It can also improve the taste of your food. So to make it, you'll need a large pot or slow cooker, a bit of apple cider vinegar, some vegetable scraps. Now, most people would actually buy vegetables such as carrots and celery and chop up the whole vegetable to use in the bone broth, and this is fine and works well. What we do is that we collect vegetable peelings and clippings from during the week and put them aside in a freezer bag to be used for bone broth come Friday night. So I'm talking things such as the ends of carrots, celery leaves, cauliflower leaves, the stems of herbs, that hard fibrous core out of cabbage, stuff like that. We don't put anything in there that would possibly spoil the flavour of the broth, such as, say, the stalks of capsicum, too many seeds, avocado skin, things like that. Just apply a bit of common sense, bit of trial and error, you'll be fine. You'll also need some bones, of course. Again, most people go out and buy specific bones to use in their bone broth. What we do is actually save the bones out of our meals that week. So say after our meal, if we had chicken drumsticks or pork ribs, T-bone steak, lamb chops, we just give the bones a quick rinse and then chuck them in the freezer bag along with the vegetable scraps. Any bones will do, but I personally don't use chicken carcasses that have got stuffing in them, as all that gluten and rubbish can spoil the stock. And I never use fish bones these days either, as I did it once and it just fully stunk the house and nah, never again. Oh, we also put eggshells in. Not for the flavour, of course, but because they break down and are actually a great source of calcium. You can also add in additional extras such as salt and pepper, bay leaves, cinnamon sticks, old herbs that are shriveled up in the fridge about to go bad. Bay leaves are good. It's quite cool because it means that depending on what veggies you had that week, what herbs you used, what meat you had, you end up with a different flavoured broth every week. So to prepare it, you just chuck all the bone and vegetable scraps into the pot or slow cooker, add in about half a cup of apple cider vinegar, fill the rest up with hot water, switch on and then simmer for 4 to 48 hours. We generally leave ours for a day or so in the slow cooker. Then you drain the liquid, let it cool, stick it in the fridge for up to a week, or you can also put it in the freezer. We actually pick out all the boiled bones and eggshells and use them in the next broth, but you definitely want to chuck out all those mushed up boiled vegetables. So now that you've got your beautiful, wondrous elixir of the gods, you can add it to soups, stews, curries, risottos, basically any savoury recipe that calls for stock or water, just add bone broth instead. Or you can simply enjoy it on its own as a refreshing and healthy hot drink. Bony. Only kidding, there's nothing in there. Oh, and as for the super cheap aspect, I reckon the broth costs me about 50 cents a week to make about 2 litres worth. At the shops you'd pay at least $6 for 2 litres worth of stock, and it definitely wouldn't have the same health benefits as bone broth. If you add that up, that's a saving of $286 a year. Bone broth for the win. That's all from me today. Have you made bone broth before? Are you going to give it a try? Let me know in the comments below and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!